Good evening. Elevate your profits. Tom Ginn. And I'm bringing on my co-host and friend, Mark Gassert. And we'll just tell you a little bit about what's going to be happening tonight. Hey, jump on in, Mark.
Hey, Tom, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Mark, excitement is not the appropriate word. I can't explain it.
Okay, sorry.
But, tonight I'd just like to let everybody know a little bit about the premise of Elevate Your Profits, a little bit about how we've connected, and then we're going to introduce a historic person. He's going to become part of history with Elevate Your Profits. So this is our first one, but let me share a little bit about how Mark and I got together. It's strictly through the process of growing my business, being associated with Mark, introducing Ken Walls. We're doing a little plug here for Ken Walls, Grow Live Academy. So that's what is bringing this live stream out is taking new principles and new ideas to grow your business, get you out of your comfort zone. In Elevate Your Profits, it's going to be Monday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern. As Jeffrey Gittimore would say, there's only one time to base everything on is Eastern. But we're going to be bringing guests in that everybody that's influencer in the business, cutting edge thinking, everything from tools and resources that you'll need in your business to grow. No matter where you are, if you're just a budding entrepreneur, what can I do? Join in. Mark your calendars. Tag that for yourself to plug in. And we're going to be having some significant influencers in business come in as we move. And our first guest is, I'm going to turn it over to Mark. I'm going to let you do the introduction because you've had a good relationship with Eric in many forms. So go ahead and introduce our first guest to Elevate Your Profits.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. This is really a special occasion because when I first ventured onward to grow live and to go live, so to speak, my very first guest was this particular individual. I'm talking about Eric Bam, and Eric is VP Sales and Marketing, Incredible Bags, VP Sales and Marketing, Perfect Crust. This gentleman hails from Tulsa. Eric and I have something in common. His son at one time quarterbacked a collegiate football team. My son's doing the same thing right now. You can actually catch Eric on Wednesdays on the penalty box. He's got a program that's kind of wild. And Eric's involved with Megamind and Megamind Pro. And without further ado, Tom, we need to bring the man on and let him go tear it up.
He's ready. He's chomping at the bit, I'd say. Here he is. Eric, high five, double high five to you.
Yeah, this is kind of a running joke we have on the penalty box. It's always at the very end when you jump on and we're waiting for Wes to. Yeah, we're waiting for Wes to end the program, and we all get stuck like this now. We have guests. Our guests are all we just kind of sit. We get done and we all giggle like little schoolgirls about it. Guys, I'm honored. When Mark asked me to be on, I'm not gonna lie, like a little pee came out. I got so excited. I'm just, Tom, I watch your live all the time. It's good stuff. Mr. Gassert, he's in the cheapest place in America. Fellas, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Hey, Eric, can I ask you a quick question? And then
1,000 questions.
We'll get into it. I have to ask, did you slip on some black ice this weekend? Because I'm noticing you got some different specs on. Tell us what happened, just real quick. Oh, my.
Yeah, so we, in Oklahoma a week ago today, we got a bunch of ice, and it was pretty crazy, and it was still around by Thursday. So Thursday, I'm walking out to the mailbox. I'm trying to say, I don't even have the hat. I got a hat that I ordered from one of Tim Lord's customers, and I walked out the mailbox to get it, and literally got right across the street from the mailbox. Down I went, hit my elbow, hit my knee, hit the side of my head.
Oh, wow.
And but I'm okay. I'm okay. By the way, so I just shout out some of my favorite people jumping on. Tony Thorpe is one of my favorite Canadians all time. I love Canadians. Kenny Mayberry is just a phenomenal, phenomenal person. Everyone needs to send a friend request to Kenny Mayberry. My mom is on. Happy birthday to my mom.
All right.
And I just turned 51. Probably one of the greatest days in her life was when I came out of her vagina, and she was probably super excited and probably just literally one of the greatest days in her life. So hi, Mom. There she is right there. Happy birthday.
My goodness.
Yes, and I'm not wearing bedazzled pants today, Tony. I couldn't find them. So Tom didn't know he signed up for all this. He's like, whoa, pump the brakes.
I tell you what, your mom may not have been excited as you think based on the size of your head. So,
and there's Brian Wagner. I love me some Brian Wagner.
Brian's here. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, glad to have you on. You know, I really look forward to the opportunity to meet you personally, Brian. Thanks for jumping on.
Ted Legal is on. Ted is one of my favorite dudes. I was talking to Ted the other day. Ted's in a wheelchair. But Ted is just an incredible guy with the hair of a rock star. He gets up every day. He makes dreams happen. Nothing holds the guy back. He's more accomplished than the three of us are together.
Absolutely.
Just incredible. Sean Litvak's on. I love Sean Litvak. I love Litvak Leadership Live that's on every day at, I think it's 2 p.m. Central. I think he'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
You know, just all sorts of people jumping on. So hello, everyone. So we'll forget them. What do we want? What do you got? Let's see. What do we got? Some hard questions or what?
We got some hard ones. We're going to throw some hard balls at you. I know I know Mark's into baseball, and I know you have a story. So what we're going to really just do is we're just going to start with your story. You know, just, hey, share with the audience who you are, where do you live, a little history about yourself, your family, whatever you want to share. And I'll throw some straight fastballs at you here.
Yeah, no worries. We live in Tulsa, a little south of Tulsa, actually, and so the company I work for, I've been with the last couple of years, is actually called Smart Packaging, and under that umbrella, we have Perfect Crust Pizza Liners, and we also have IncredibleBags.com, and just having a lot of fun and growing the business. Prior to that, 20 years worked for a national pizza distributor. And so I love the pizza community. I think one of the interesting things about the world we live in now is that travel and a lot of things just stopped a year ago. And so for me, we were already dialed into what I call social selling anyway. We were already, let me back up. I had a conversation with someone the other day that said, I am absolutely not friends with people I work with. I am absolutely not friends on Facebook with customers. I am and I sat there and I teach their own, but I cringed at that, because that to me is how we were up 88% last year in sales. And we probably would have done that well had it been for COVID, but we would have done really well. And a lot of that comes from, Mark's heard me talk about some of this stuff, but I talk about three things when it comes to social media and to social selling. You talk about your family first, okay? Because we connect over that. We connect over the fact that one of the things Mark mentioned about me was that I had a son that was a college football player, and he did as well. We connect over that. So you talk about your family first, talk about your customers and your prospects second. Okay. And if you do that, if I'm sharing and talking about my customers and prospects, a couple of things happen. If Mark owns Mark's Pizzeria and I'm sharing his content, well, guess who sees that? He does. I'm helping him. We're partners. I want to help him grow his business. The other thing that happens is I share content of my prospects and customers is in my industry. I become the expert.
Right.
Nationally know me as the expert in the pizza industry. Okay. And lastly, talk about your own business. Let's be honest. People don't give a shit about what we do, right? But people selfishly care about their kids and how we relate to kids, because we love our children more dearly than anything. And people relate and love the fact that you're helping them grow their business. So talk about your family first, talk about your customers and prospects second, talk about your business last. Mark, write that down. I saw you doing it. And along those lines, as you're doing those things, okay, you should talk about, I use the acronym ICE, I-C-E. You should inspire, connect, and educate.
Right.
I've screwed up here or there, and I've talked about I've talked about politics, and I end up always deleting it because guess what? If Tom says, well, I love Biden, and Mark says, well, I love Trump, and I say I love some independent whatever, what happens on Facebook is we all dig in further and further. No one ever says, doggone it, you changed my mind. All we do is just get more entrenched in the way we think and the way we feel. And so if it doesn't inspire, if it doesn't connect, if it doesn't educate, don't post it. And so, by the way, I've had, I'm drinking a little wine, and so I'm feeling pretty good. So at any moment, just stop me, because if you don't, I'll just keep talking. So,
hey, Eric, well,
there you go.
I just learned something from you, and I think that's sort of probably what we're about as bringing this forum.
Right.
It's something you said there. I didn't share anything about me and my family. So, yeah, I tell you what, So what we're going to do is officially put our glasses up. We're toasting to this event tonight. Thank you very much, Mark. You got to. There we go. We're toasting. So that's what I'm going to love about this program is coming into it with an open mind and picking up key points to be successful in life and in business and that type of thing. So I let you know I'm already a fan.
Well, I just from the standpoint of talking about family first, and there are a lot of guys that I'm connected with that I look at their Facebook or I look at their Instagram, and it's very one dimensional. I'm going live. I'm going live. I'm going live. I'm going live. And what is that? That's me. And I'll give you a great example of talking about family first. I'm connected with thousands of pizza operators across the country, and I'm not some hard sale guy. Like if we're connected, I'm like, hey, you need to look at our product. I just let it go. I just start sharing their content, liking their stuff, comment, hey, that pizza looks amazing, right? And so there was a lady that one day, and this was last September, she sent me a direct message on Facebook, and she said, hey, do you have time to talk? I said, sure. And she said, well, let's FaceTime. So we just FaceTimed. I grabbed my phone and we FaceTimed together, right? And we talked on the phone for about 12 minutes. The first 7 minutes, we're talking about kids. She said, hey, before we talk about Perfect Crust Pizza Liners, I love your daughters. And she has a daughter that's about the age of mine. And we connected. And from a social media standpoint, Tom, I've looked at your social media as an example. And like I said, and not to pick on you, but it's very one-dimensional. You don't talk about what you like. You don't talk about, hey, talk about what you had for lunch. There are people that say, well, social media is just people's human. It's their highlight reel, right? Well, raise your hand if your grandmother or your nana, if she had on her coffee table at home, if she had the photo album, right? And a photo album was all their highlights. Right. They didn't have. Well, hey, this is when Uncle Tom lost his toe because of it's good stuff. It's okay. Now, the flip side of that coin is the people that say, well, but it's all, then I have to keep up with the Joneses. You know what? The term keeping up with the Joneses has been around a hell of a lot longer than the last 15 years of social media. There was a time when we got in our brand new car that we didn't take the sticker off the back window, and we hadn't been to church in 6 weeks, but we went that Sunday. Maybe it was on a smaller scale, but as adults, it's our job to teach our children that is their highlight, and that's okay. I want to see my friends' highlights. Maybe I'm weird, but it's okay to me. So back to, by the way, Kellen's on. Hi, Kellen. I love Kellen. Kellen, I say this about Kellen a lot, but what I love about Kellen is
she is a sweetheart.
She is, and I'll tell you, Tom, she has the heart of just a servant, but she has like the mind of a cheerleader. So she just rah-rahs as she gives to you nonstop. And it's why she's wildly successful, and it's why she's wildly loved. She just gives, and she's excited about doing it. It's so very rare. But I wanted to this show, as I thought about what this show was about and about leadership and what makes people successful, I'm very big in what I listen to and what I read. I listen a lot. I read a lot. Rev Ciencio, who's a buddy of mine, recently turned me on to. We're all familiar with what's the book I'm reading is The Science of Getting Rich. Okay, which was about 10 years before is it The Art of Getting No?
No.
What's the other book?
Think and Grow Rich? No.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. So this is about 10 years before that. The art of getting rich, and it almost takes Think and Grow Rich, and it kind of boils it down a little bit. And I would challenge everybody to take a listen to that. I have read this recently, which is Unsliced by Mike Bausch, a local pizza guy, which is incredible. This book by The Direct Line by my boy Zach Krupp is incredible. Good stuff. I think it's all about what you put in, and what you put in is what you're going to get out. And I'm all about what I listen to, and because I think that stuff, what you're putting in here is what's coming out, and so that's huge to me.
Hey, Mark, you got any questions? I got two questions or points I'd like to get some feedback on from Eric. Some of the things you just shared, but Mark, do you have any questions right away?
I'll let you take it from here. I do have one or two. I'll come back and we'll
let's just alternate. Tom, you go first.
All right. I'm glad we got a strong moderator here. So
I'm telling you, man, I'm just along for the ride. It's Eric's show. No.
Right. Hey, you mentioned something that I think is important. You mentioned, sharing who you are, your family, the emotional things, relationship type thing. And I'm a personal development coach as well. And one of the things I really help people better understand, you being a salesperson, running an organization, people don't care what you do and how you do it. They really care about why you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your why?
Yeah. What is your why? Simon Sinek, or even taking it even deeper are some of the things I've been learning. So you mentioned something, you were bringing up books, and you made some comments there, but I asked this from a coach and things I've studied is, what's your distinction between a vision and a goal? I'm just put you in the hot seat there.
No. That's fair. I think it's actually something I talk a lot about. I think they're very much the same, but they're 1,000% different. Okay. I talk a lot about vision, and I think one of the biggest misses we have, Bamtastic. I don't know, whatever. Hey, Tim, I think one of the biggest misses we have as a society is when we have a gut feeling and we don't listen to it. And I think that, your intuition or your gut feeling, I think that's God. I think that's your God talking to you. And so when we push that down, I think that's us pushing something away that's been put inside of us for a reason. So I think if you have the intuition to do something, or if you have the gut feeling to do something, I think you take that, you write it down, you talk about it, you pray about it, you tell your friends about it, you post about it on social media. And I do want to say this, that some of that aligns with recently the book, The Secret, the movie, The Secret, which I think the more you watch that is much like Think and Grow Rich. And it's much like the art of getting rich. It's much like the Bible, right? So if you have an idea and you have a thought, you have a vision, and you talk about it, pray about it, post about it, talk to your friends about it, surround yourself with people about it, read about it. Here's the thing. God also gives us a brain and hands and feet to get our asses to work for what we want, and get to work on what that gut take is, or what the intuition is, or what God has put on our heart. I'll give you a really good example of that. In our mastermind group that I'm in, Megamind, I got a call one Sunday afternoon from Michelle Vincent, and Michelle said, "Bam, you're not going to believe what happened to me at church today." I said, "Well, what's that?" She said, "Well, I got this idea that something came over me that at our group, we should do a coat drive." And this was in, I think, October, November. And I said, okay, well, what does that look like? And so we literally, within a matter of an hour, hour and a half, came up with a whole plan for 23 people to collect 23 coats by December 23rd. And I think by Michelle's count, I think that group of 23 collected 600 or 700 coats that got donated to charity, all because she took that gut feeling or her intuition or God talking to her, and she took it and laid it out. And so I'm going to do this and this and this and this. So I think vision, Tom, I don't know if that answers the question the way maybe you asked it, but I think sometimes we have vision, but we don't have a path to get to where we want to go. So I think sometimes, I think that's the miss sometimes. I don't know if that answers your question in the way you meant it, but that's the way I took it. So,
you're spot on. You know, I'll just share this. You mentioned something about the movie The Secret. One of the players in that movie is my mentor, Bob Proctor.
Yeah. Love Bob Proctor.
Yeah. So that's another thing that, that the vision is something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
And something I've learned, and as well as when you look at people that are succeeding significantly, it doesn't make a difference whether it be business or their faith community or whatever, they never talk about their goals. They talk about their vision first. And this is where most people, correct me if I'm not correct or bring some light on it. What I have found is if people can't see the outcome that they want before, one of two things happen. Their vision is their why and what that outcome looks like. And if they're not clear on that, the first thing that happens, most people will quit. Most people quit going after what they internally really would want in life, desire, or they downsize it. So I teach and coach from the principle of vision, and then goals are the processes to fill the pieces of that vision out.
The steps. Yeah.
The steps. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I wrote an article on LinkedIn, and it's been a couple of years ago, talking about vision and culture. Because a lot of times in businesses, you'll have the CEO or whoever say, "Hey, here's our vision for where we want to go," but then the daily culture doesn't even remotely close to match to how we get there, and it's such a miss where sometimes we can have these great visions, but our daily steps don't get us to where we want to go, and that's such a huge miss in business. You see it all the time.
Yeah. Thanks. So the whole purpose here is of bantering back and forth, and
Well, it's actually Mark's turn. So Mark.
Yeah. So Mark, it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah,
throw
Mark.
a curveball now. I throw a fastball. You throw the curveball.
There we go. With that said, here's always my famed question. In the past, we've heard about you don't have the background, the experience. How do you feel about someone that has the appropriate attitude that's going to fit in your culture over someone maybe that has the tools? Who would you pick? I know
I'll answer that question really quick because I had a sales team at my previous job that was much bigger. I was often, Mark, I would hire someone that had no experience in our industry versus the guy that walked in with the 4-page resume of everything he's done in our industry, because I liked being able to take someone. I would hire for core values. Where you're going to get up and go to work every day? Do you have the heart of a servant? Are you going to give? Are you honest? Are you dependable? I would do that every day and teach sales skills and teach product knowledge versus the person that said, "Well, when I was there, we did it this way. When I was there, we did it that way." Well, why aren't you still there? Why are you talking to me? And now there were some people that you could hire that came in, that did a good job, that had experience, but I almost preferred to hire someone without. And I love to hire people that you could give an opportunity to, that would look at it and go, "Whoa, I get to do this." And I think that's I love that. I love molding people, and I love trying to train and teach, and because that stuff to me is fun, and I've screwed up plenty. I know I've done a lot of really good things in sales and a lot of really stupid things in sales. And so sometimes it's just nice to be able to go, hey, here's why you don't want to do that. And so there's some power in having a little experience.
So let me ask you this, and then I'll give it
Then
back
it'll be
to Tom.
Tom's turn.
Yeah. Philosophy, they say, determines outcomes. We've heard this before, but it sounds like what you're trying to do where you work every day is a culture, your tribe, you know, as they say, you know. And is that what you do like every day? Like, do you, as a group, is there anything specific you do when you go to work? Do you guys talk and then turn them loose, or, you know, in order?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Adrian Salisbury was, who's an Ecamm Live guy, was on the Penalty Box a couple weeks ago, and he said something that just rattles around my brain every day, which is, and Mark, you should write this down. Your vibe attracts your tribe, you know, and what you put out is what you get back, you know, and so I think for us, you know, now it's Smart Packaging. It's a lot about the culture changed when I got here, and it wasn't all very, very transactional. You know, Randy Chafee, a guy we all know, Randy talks a lot about collecting wins and collecting relationships. And hey, Robert, if we can go out in, you know, I'll give you 3 things I don't like. I don't want to hear any. I hate it. But number 1 is bring value, right? But as salespeople, if we can bring value, which I have now deemed deliver merit, it's literally the same thing, but it just sounds different. It's a different billboard on the highway. But if we can deliver merit to customers and prospects every single day without asking for anything in return, we win. We win. Right. You win every day doing that. You win every day by giving. You know, my 3 words for this year are give, grow, and gratitude. Because what you give, you get back tenfold. Right. And if you grow your mind and you're reading things like this from Zach Krupp, if you're growing your mind, the more you grow mentally and spiritually, the more you have to give. And the more you give is the more you grow. It's this crazy cycle. And if you do it all with a very thankful heart, you win. So as salespeople, we need to learn to give without asking for anything in return. And what does that look like? I think a lot of people struggle with, well, what does deliver merit mean? And I spoke at a local company, A-Best Roofing. I spoke there 2 weeks ago, Friday. And I said the same thing. I talked about giving. And what does that mean? That means, that could mean something as little as Ted Legal, who's on here, who I love Ted. And if I send him a random voice message and I just say, I love you, big boy, he knows what that means. And that's me delivering merit to him. He feels good. He likes it. We're connecting. And I get that message back from him too. And I think whether it's saying something like that, or if it's finding a news article that you're like, hey, this applies to Mark, right? And I send it to you. Those people struggle with, what is bring value?
Right.
You know, there was someone that was in a group that I think maybe a few of us were in last year, and he posted on Facebook one day and said, the new normal is to bring value. Dude, that's always been the normal. That's not a COVID thing. As salespeople, we should have always been bringing value. By the way, the 3 words I'm tired of freaking hearing: bring value. Everyone says it. It's going to be true forever in sales, right? And it's true in our relationships and with our kids and everything. But bring value, I've just put it to bed. I say deliver merit. It's literally the same thing. It just sounds different. Tom's writing it down. I'm done with the term new normal. I won't say it. I say now normal. Because you know what? Things could change tomorrow.
Sure.
Right? And the other one, I'm just like, every time I hear it, I want to just throw up in my mouth, is pivot. Because you think about, do you not like that word, Tom?
You're going around the circle, Eric.
Perspective of it, I'll let you share your thought on pivot.
Basketball.
I played basketball in high school, right? And if I'm stuck in a pivot, that's a good position. I'm literally spinning around. Right. If I'm stuck like that, I probably got 3 defenders around me, and I'm probably going to turn over the ball. Pivot is literally the worst term for what happened last year. It's adapt and adjust, adapt and adjust, adapt and adjust, adapt and adjust every day. every day. A pivot is the worst thing we can say in business because
Right.
I say that from the standpoint of a sports analogy. Like
Sure.
pivot. So those three things need to just be put to bed. They're done. They're tired. It's now normal. It's deliver merit and it's adapt and adjust. Done. You know what? I'm just kidding. Tom, I think you're up.
Oh, he's out of here. Tom's up.
I'm just dropping like bam bombs, and to me anyway.
Hey, we'll just keep hitting them out of the park, Eric. That you're awesome.
It serves me well, and we're pretty successful. So hey, if somebody can take something from it, yes, sir.
What were your three things? Grow, give,
grow, and gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay, very powerful things. And when you said that, I just wanted to say this. People wonder how they earn more in life. And we're not talking about the paycheck they get, earn more, wealth is their riches.
Yeah.
That is the law of compensation right there.
Oh, yeah.
Those three principles.
Yep.
There's different definitions of law of compensation,
Right,
but
right.
you hit it on the head. If people want more out of life, apply those three principles.
Yeah.
That's the law of compensation.
I have a 23-year-old son who may be watching. I don't know. Smart kid, college, just graduated from college. And, as Mark and I pivot, as Mark and I talked about, he was a college athlete and worked the equivalent of 2 full-time jobs for 4 years. And we have a lot of conversations about business and life. And I've always told him, don't be the person that says, if you pay me $1 more an hour, I'll work harder. Go work harder and go earn that $1 more an hour, because and that $1 more an hour may not come where you're currently at. It may come from the experience you get to take the next job, right? So anyway, by the way, Tim's on. Tim is awesome. Tim, I don't know if people know this, but it's Timothy Vivian Lord. His middle name is Vivian. It's like I think his name is grandmother or something is what it is.
Okay.
Cool.
Interesting.
Welcome everybody here. This is a whole new audience for myself, so glad you have here.
Well, I think, was that your question, Tom, or did you have another one?
No, that was the question I wanted to clarify, and just something that I picked up, and hopefully it just a different perspective of what you did. I think that's the law of compensation in life. Those three.
Yeah. Give, grow, and gratitude. Like I said, I think I have people that say, like, do you wake up every day in a great mood? And I'm like, no, not always. But I do try to post something every day on Facebook or social media that's positive or uplifting or to me, and even if it's just, hey, blessed to get another day. I throw this number out a lot anymore, but I think the stat is the odds of all three of us being born and our soul being born into our body right now in this world is 1 in 5.5 billion, and yet part of that talk I gave a couple weeks ago at A-Best Roofing was the odds of the three of us being here are 1 in 5.5 billion, and we have the greatest communication device in the history of the world in our hands, and yet we use it to sink people's boats on Facebook and be jerks to each other, and we shouldn't. Me sinking Mark's yacht doesn't make my yacht any better, and the other thing I talked to that group about that day was just the way we communicate to each other is amazing to me, that we still send a text message and go, what did he mean by that? What was his tone? And Mark's in Megamind Pro with me, and there's a lot of video, there's a lot of audio messages, and we can send audio texts. We can send audio messages on Facebook, and I would challenge anybody watching this, if they have customers that are on social media. I do it every day. I send usually about 20 Monday through Friday. I send 20 direct message voice messages every morning, and whether it's a prospect or a customer, it's literally me saying, hey, Mark, appreciate your business. Hope you have a great day, my friend. Saw that picture of that pizza yesterday, and you made my mouth water. Have a great day. Or it could be a prospect. It could just be, hey, saw that picture of that pizza you posted yesterday. It was awesome. Let me know if I can share it. And like I said, I'm a little fired up this afternoon, so I'm going to throw out one other tip that I know Tom is going to write down. When I connect with someone on LinkedIn, I automatically send them a message after we've connected and say, hey, thanks for the connect. And I put in there, hey, do you have a recent post that you'd like for me to share for you?
Right.
Delivering merit. I'm immediately saying, I want to help you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Hey, great stuff, because those that are watching and those that are watching this replay, these are little nuggets that
Good job, man.
can alter everything in your business. Just one little nugget, one little clue. Great job. I appreciate it, Eric.
Wait, we're done?
No, we're not done, man.
Oh, good. Because I wanted to share something else, because this is something that, from a social media standpoint, that's important to me that I want to share. And can we throw names back up here on our boxes or no? Mine's at the Eric Bam. Can we do that? Or
He wants to, yeah.
You know what? I didn't save it, so I'm going to go ahead and have to type it. So what do I need to do, Eric?
Well, I should know if you could put them up down here. So you can find me on all social media at the Eric Bam, right? And I would challenge people to take a look at that. Look at your LinkedIn, take a look at your Facebook, take a look at your Instagram, take a look at your Twitter, take a look at, if you're on Parler, if you're on MeWe, if you're on any of those apps, as soon as those apps come out, TikTok, as soon as an app kind of comes out and it kind of feels like it's taken off a little bit, jump on there and reserve it. And what I would tell you guys to do is to open up, get on your internet, on your computer, and open up Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and start with Facebook first, and go to the settings page. And, Mark, I don't know, maybe if there are a lot of Mark Gasserts out there, maybe it's at the Mark Gassert. And what you do is, one by one, just sit there and go through those tabs and figure it out to where all of your social media is all the same. And then that way, when somebody says, hey, are you on Facebook? Yep, at the Eric Bam. Hey, are you on LinkedIn? Yep, at the Eric Bam. Hey, are you on Instagram? Yep, at it makes it super easy. And instead of Mark Gassert and trying to, there's 42 of them. So I would challenge people to take a look at that, because it's something basic, but a lot of people don't do it.
Right.
One of the other cool things right now that's kind of happened on LinkedIn, if you guys are on LinkedIn, is there you go, at the Eric Bam. Boom. Is on LinkedIn right now, there's a feature next to your name that you can add, and it's a little audio looking thing, but what it's designed for is it's a 10-second audio clip where you can Eric Bam, right? Mark Gassert, but it's 10 seconds, which is a long time of audio. So if you go to my LinkedIn and you click on it, hey, this is Eric. I'd love to talk to you about getting you a sample of a perfect crust pizza liner. So I would challenge everybody to go take a look at that. I'm changing mine every week. Now, maybe some people don't notice it, but maybe they do.
Right.
It's those little things that make salespeople really average or make them really good. So there are things out there that people don't take advantage of that we need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Differentiation, I think, is one of the things there, that you don't have to be bombastic and, bouncing off the walls, but it's the little subtle things that separate you from somebody else.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I did want to come back to also, Tom, we were talking about, pictures of your family and talking about your family, and it was actually it was an aha moment when I really kind of thought about it, because I'll tell you where this kind of happened was a conversation with my 23-year-old son, and we were talking about Wes Wyatt loves Britney Spears. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but if anybody out there knows Britney Spears, Wes Wyatt, he on Twitter, it's at Oops Wes Did It Again. So if anybody knows Brittany that knows Wes, please do that. But talking to my son one day, and we were talking about Instagram, and he said, we were talking about pictures of pizza, right? I'm in the pizza industry. So he said, you know what? He said, 23-year-old kids in my generation, we just scroll past that crap, because you should post a picture of a good looking pizza, right? Why wouldn't you? So what kids in his generation look for is and we're no different. And I'll give you a good example of it, is that kids in his generation, they want to be able to walk into Mark's restaurant and already understand that they want to know the layout. They want to know who the bartender is. They want to know where the pool table is. They want to see all that in their mind. They don't want to see a picture of a good pizza. Post a picture of the bartender behind the bar, or a video of your bartender saying, "Hey, here's our wine of the day, and here's what." And my son, this was the thing he said to me. He said, "Dad, we want social media. We want you to pop the hood, and we want to see the engine."
Right.
There you go. And we have that opportunity. We have that opportunity when we're delivering merit to someone to send an audio message and say, "Hey man, Mark, hope you're doing well. Saw that picture of you with your kids yesterday. Looks like you guys had a blast. Love you, man. Catch you later." And I'll tell you, just because I'm kind of just going
Did
a
you
little
see
bit.
what Robert said? But there is only one in Peachtree Corners, Georgia.
Well, you know what? Not till I get there. Get ready.
Yeah, they know who I am, man.
I had a pizza customer, and this was 2-3 weeks ago, and he had posted a picture on Sunday of him and his two boys, and I sent him a message the next day and said, "Hey man, saw that picture. It looks like you guys were just chilling, having a great time." And he sent me an audio message back, and he said, "Man, we had the best Sunday. We were just hanging out." And he said, "Hey, I'll catch you later." And he said to me, he said, "Love you, bro." And that's a customer who I've never met face to face, but we have a relationship, and it's via social media, to the point that he said, "Love you, bro."
Right.
Love that. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, we grow relationships with people like this. We can grow. We don't have to be on a plane like we used to be. Should we still be a little bit? Yeah. I mean, we still need to get out and travel, but the world's different. If we think things are going to run back to being the way it was, it's not. And
right.
You know, the stat I keep talking a lot about lately in the pizza industry is we have some pizza operators that are freaking out that people aren't coming back to their restaurant. Well, here's the stat that tells you why. Is a year ago right now, 29% of Americans were working from home. Today, it's 42%. And the perfect example of that is my wife, who's right here in my house, who a year ago was probably eating out for lunch 3 or 4 times a week, and now she works from home. So it's a little different because we got weird weather right now. But she's picking stuff up in a drive-thru and bringing it home. She's cooking at home. We've got to change the way we do business. We've got to change the way we think, and we've got to go to where our customers are. They're not going to come back to us the way they used to, and we've got to figure that out. And we can do it just like this. We can do it way. We can send, you know, another miss is, you know, if you're on LinkedIn, you can send video LinkedIn direct messages. I mean, it's such a huge way to connect because people can, it's not just, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you," and I delete. It's literally a video of me going, "Hi," you know, and talking to people, and people aren't doing that. And it's just such a miss out there.
Yeah. Great points. Back to you, Mark. Anything that you want to
Just
say?
real quick, and this is going to involve like revenue streams. So,
Yes.
what do you do, and what are you doing differently? Because we went through this COVID thing. Now you're into your deal. What type of revenue streams do you? I know you've got your liners, but other businesses that you try and accelerate your revenue. What are some of the things that you're doing right now that
You mean like me personally, or from a business standpoint?
You as a company, you know, what are you doing now that you weren't doing?
You know, I think we're still selling the same core 3 items, you know, whether it's catering bags or it's perfect crust or it's take and bake trays. But we have, you know, done things a little different as far as, you know, like I said, we were probably COVID ready just because the way I like to social sell and the way I like to be involved with people. But I'll tell you, you know, we all know Jeffrey Gitomer, right? And Gitomer talks about customer testimonials. And one of the biggest things for us over the course of the last year is literally going to our customers and saying, "We love that you're a customer. If I give you a free case of product, will you give us a testimonial?" They'll do it without even a free case of product because they love you so much. We get so many customer testimonials. And when you get social proof like that, and we have phenomenal customers. We have the best customers on the planet. I'm just telling you. But when you have your customer saying you should buy this bag because it's incredible and I use it, you win all day. Speaking of which, we're going to give one of these away, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We are.
We might as well put that out.
This is our 12 count beverage bag. And so here's some of the cool things about what we do, right? Our bags are a little more expensive than everybody else, but they're double stitched, which nobody does. This bag doesn't have Velcro on it, but our Velcro, who knew before I got here that there were levels of Velcro, right? So we use the highest level of Velcro, just some of that stuff like you just don't think about as a consumer, but we use the best of the best. What's cool about our bag business is Merrill, who is the guy who designs all of our bags. He's older than Tom. He's like 87 years old. And I call him #greatest generation, but he comes from that generation.
It is.
Last. He builds stuff to last. And so our bags are high quality bags. So we're going to give one of these away, right, Tom? What are we going to do? The person who can guess your age?
Yeah, we've got, we want
you, America.
Put it in, anybody that's here, put in the comments, guess my age. The closest person that gets my age wins that bag. Yep. Or if there's a tie, we're going to have a tiebreaker. We'll share what that is in a moment. So, to earn that, win that bag, guess my age.
There you go.
So you got Tony, Ed, Ethel, and JR, and Brian, and
I was going to guess 860.
Helen.
But anyway, so yeah, we'll give one of those bags away.
You're dropping in my age as we go here.
Oh, we're getting some ages here. Sean and Tim and
my guess would be older than dirt.
That's a compliment. I think that's a good one. So
I don't know. I don't know how long
matriculating in now. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know how long you guys were wanting to go today, and I hope haven't overstayed my welcome. But this is fun, and
JR's kicked in. They're throwing out numbers, man. They're coming.
There we go. Well, hopefully somebody gets it. We'll wait till.
Tim Lord says the Price is Right rules. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait until Sean Litvak going low there at 59. You guys just tell me who won, and I will.
I think Robert knows, but I don't believe he's. He knows, but he won't partake. Yeah.
Well, I just something that I just wanted to share. The last thing that I wanted to share is one of the things I've said for a long time, which is effort plus opportunity equals results, and it's something that I've just for years. If you get up and you do the work, right, you put the effort in, and you putting the effort in on the right things, and to Tom's point, talking about vision and goals, and if you're putting the effort into that vision and those goals, good things happen. So effort plus opportunity equals results. And Teddy, I love you too, man. Ted's got the hair of a freaking rock star. It's just incredible. Effort plus opportunity equals results.
Right.
And, Tom talking about, vision and goals and gut feeling and intuition and God. And I think all of that is more true than ever. And I think the earlier we can get that in our lives and understand that, I think some people are very good at listening to their intuition and some people aren't.
Right.
And the people that aren't, you know what? It's not just something that's exclusive to me or to Tom or to Mark. You've just got to learn to listen to it. You've got to learn to, hey, I had a feeling. Why? What is it about? What do I need to do? I think, Tom talked about Bob Proctor, and you talk about The Secret. And I think the thing about people that watch The Secret, they're like, oh, this is the hokiest crap on the planet, is they're like, well, I want $1 million. Where's it at? Well, it's the idea of I want $1 million, or my heart says I want $1 million, or my gut says I want $1 million. And then it's getting up and writing down a plan of how do I get to the $1 million? What are the steps to get there? What does that look like? Like I said, back to what I said earlier about God may plant the seed in you, but God also gives you a brain, and he gives you hands, and he gives you feet to get to work and to take the steps and to think about it. And what's that? What you think about, you bring about, but you also have to put the work into that. So effort plus opportunity equals results. And I think that's about all I got for today. I'm just
okay.
I feel lucky. I feel blessed to be here today because I know you guys could have hit up a lot of other dudes to be on the show today for your first, and hopefully, if one person got one thing out of what I said today, then I feel good.
Absolutely,
I win. So, but shout out to my mom if she's still on here. Greatest day of her life is the day I was born. I came out of her vagina, 9-pound giant baby, and my mom probably just did cartwheels. Right after she had the baby, she saw me and probably did cartwheels. She just like, that is the most amazing thing that's ever happened in her life. So probably just insane.
Well, this has been an incredible good time.
Yep.
I'm so grateful to have you here, and you bringing your wisdom, your experience, and I know the information is going to impact people, whether they're watching it tonight or on replays.
By the way, she's not guessing your age, Tom. I was 9 pounds 1 ounce. So
is that what? Okay, all right.
Yeah. She did cartwheels, man. She did.
I love it.
I tell you what. Did anybody know how to do a drum roll? Because I'm going to tell you who's won here. Who's the closest?
Who we got? Who's winning this bag?
None of these answers are correct. They're all under.
Well, so we're going closest to, but they have to be under, which that's
normal. They're all
so
under my real age. And Zee and I gave you a clue one more time, and the person that gets it right on the nose, and if there's a tie, will be a tiebreaker.
Well, maybe it was my mom with 91.
91. Now,
Sean's guessing again, but Sean's already guessed, right?
Sean, shouldn't it be 100?
We're the ante here. I'm going to throw something else in.
All right.
Okay. I'm launching a group coaching session on the 25th, and I will throw in a free ticket to that event. So
can I get in that for free as well?
On top of the bag. Okay.
Can I get in that group for free as well, or what?
Absolutely, man. I'll tell you what. We'll gift the heck out of you.
Thank you.
Bring some merit to this thing.
Deliver merit, baby. Deliver merit.
Wait a minute. Let's see if I don't want to miss anybody here. Make sure I don't overstep my thing.
These guys they're guessing again. I think you got to cut it off and just pick a winner. Just pick a winner.
Ooh, okay. Gregory Sneed and Sean, that's your second guess, but Gregory and Ted.
Well, the over under, we got an over. It's closest.
Who is it?
Tim Lord.
Timmy Lord. All right, there we go.
He's one over.
All right. Well, all right. Okay.
That makes me what? Anybody's good at math? It's not me. So it's 71.
All right. Well, I will get Tim a bag because he knows these are quality. So.
Congratulations, Tim. And I know you can't wait, and I'm sure you'll display it on the penalty box.
Hey, and Tim, do me a favor. Message me, okay? Put in your and I'll message you back. We'll get the emails exchanged, and we'll make sure that Eric gets that information. I have your information to get you the event, the ticket to that event. It's a live virtual event. 4 dynamic coaches.
What do you charge for that, Tom? What do you charge for that?
This is our launch for that program. $37, and it's called the Science of Success. 3 other coaches, and we're building that platform just to help people improve their lives. And then, of course, we have some free bonuses there too. So
awesome.
So
if you want me to speak at that, let me know.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to definitely connect. There's no doubt about
that. Eric, I don't want you to be like inhibited or bashful, please.
You know me, I'm shy, Mark. I'm shy.
Hey, do me a favor, Tim. I'm going to put my contact information. Write it down. You can shoot me an email. We'll do it that way. Make sure that we don't mess up here on this side here. So
I do have to ask a question here. So, and Sean, you know what? You brought up a great point. Why is the background signals? Shouldn't it be 100s? You know, there's always, so maybe we ought to put $500 bills up there. Who knows? I mean, it could exponentially keep growing each time we get out of the box. So
good. There you go.
I'm going to bring a different perspective to it. You just might think there's only 2 layers of ones. It may be 500 feet deep of $1.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Looking at the
yeah, so there's my contact information, Tim. Email me, and we'll make sure we'll get that information to.
Well, I want before I wrap the show up, I want to thank you guys for being on and being my guests. I want to tell you guys, you know, we're in the middle of like a snowmageddon going on in Oklahoma, so I'm thankful for electricity and warmth today.
Yes,
Mark, you know, 10 seconds. What are you thankful for?
What I'm thankful for? I am very thankful that we had an opportunity to talk to you today. Seriously,
all right. Tom, what are you thankful for today?
I'll take the root of my why. I'm grateful for this very moment. It's the most valuable moment I have. I cherish this moment with our relationship, what we're doing, because right now is the thing that is going to build your future with. No guarantees about the next moment. I value this moment more than anything else. That's what I value.
Well, guys, thank you for being on the show today. It's been a lot of fun. Next week, Tim Lord will be on the show. He's incredible. So I want you all to come back and check in for that. You guys, before we go, where can they find you at? Mark, where can they find you at? Mark at?
You can find me LinkedIn, Facebook, direct message me. You can find me at mgassert at, concepts.com. You can find me on Instagram. If you go out there, it's out there, man. Just put in Mark, it'll pop up.
Tom, where can we find you at?
I don't have the at thing down yet, but I'm going to get there, my friend. I've definitely made a point of that, making sure that people can reach out to me consistently. Through LinkedIn, Thomas Ginn, you'll find me there. My Facebook, Tom Ginn and Thomas Ginn, you'll find me there. And of course, that's a good start. We'll do it from there. I do have.
Yeah, isn't that cool though? You can see the power of that. Hey, you can find me on all social media at the Eric Bam. It's so easy to say that, and it's pretty powerful. So, guys, look, we're gonna get out of here. It's been a lot of fun today. Thank you all for being on the first episode. It's been a blast. I just want to tell you all thank you. We'll be back here next week with Tim Lord. And that's all for today. Everybody be incredible. Be blessed.
Hey, drop a 1, Tim. Drop a 1. So we know you're on, buddy. Okay.
Next, we're going to be doing this with the glass, right? All right, guys.
Wait. Holding the green room. Enjoy the M&Ms, and then we'll short it out. So, all right, we're going to put you in agreement. Hold on. Wow, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was worth it. Worth more than any admission that you could pay out there. So, Mark, why don't you close out any thoughts you have, and we'll sign out here and go from there.
Just in Eric Bam's purest form, he kind of encapsulated what makes him tick by giving us the acronym ICE and what's important to him and his culture. And, he pretty much lives it day in and day out. I mean, he's a character, and that's why I like being around him. And nobody's perfect. I'm sorry you fell, Eric, and broke your glasses. But no, on a serious note, you can see why at, Perfect Crust, why they're doing what they're doing. And he's on top of things from a social media perspective, because he really does live what he was talking about there. if you check them out.
Absolutely. Thanks much, Eric. And in closing, some great nuggets, some great energy. It was a blast. Mark your calendars, tag yourself for Monday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be bringing some people are going to bring wisdom and knowledge and things to improve your life, not just your business, but the things that Eric shared today are life-changing philosophies, not just business changing philosophies. So we look forward to building this tribe and bringing high quality people. And also anybody out there that wants to be a contributor, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself via email or Mark, and we'll create some dialogue and get you on the program, because everybody has something to contribute.
Absolutely.
And so don't hesitate to reach out to us. So with that all said, we are signing out. God bless everybody. Next week, 6 p.m. Eastern, Elevate Your Profits.